Hello. I think we're ready. How's it going? It's Thursday and I don't have work tomorrow, and that is amazing. So in celebration of that, I'm gonna do a late night Excalibur stream. Hello. I haven't got the password ready though. Well, I did, but I haven't got it in. X. Oh, that's the Sega Saturn controller. Whoops. X. Square, square. X, triangle, square. 24-hour stream? Well, okay. No. Not today. I've been at work all day. I technically will have been up 24 hours in about 7 hours time. So there you go. Maybe one day. I always said I'd never do one. I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I'd survive. If I was ever to do like a so-called long stream thingy, it would have to be when I had quite a fair bit of time off work. I love my sleep. The older I get, the more I love my sleep. Although I never get enough of it. Oh, well, I like sleeping when I don't have free time. Like at work, I want to sleep. When I have work, I want to sleep. But when it's like not like now, I could go to sleep now. But it's my free time, so I want to do my stuff. What level are we on? I missed the title. I'm not sure. Oh well. Was it the sewers or something? I don't know. Prison. Something. It's more just gringy, dingy. Let's remember how to play. It's been a week. Oh, didn't I have that fancy move? What was it? No. Oh no. What was the ballerina thing? Oh, there we go. X triangle, whoops. X triangle, circle, square. Very useful. Supposedly she probably has another, but I don't know what it is. But how are your Thursdays going? It feels strange that it's because I did an extra shift this week anyway. It feels just like my normal routine, except it's Thursday, not Friday. Oh, I guess you can't climb ladders.
We've been expecting you. The Kala have infiltrated our network. It's not safe here. Joe may be able to help you. He lives in this sector.
Okay. Oh, beg your pardon. Oh, whatever. It's talking about Joe.
Our network. It's not safe here. Joe may be able to help you. He lives in this sector.
In this sector, yeah. He's dead. He's gone. It's too bad. Oh, I'm like playing it's like it's a different game. There's nothing in this room. Well, you never know. But it's not pink, is it? Interesting voice work. It's top quality British acting. We can block shots? When was that a thing? Oh, I feel like such a fool. Not that it really doesn't help. This combat's so wretched. Talking through a radio or a gas mask. It's probably just the microphone of the studio. They all sound a bit whiffy. It's pretty quiet too. Like, the balancing is pretty dreadful. Sometimes I kind of just follow the Japanese at the bottom. It's mostly like almost the same. So it sort of helps me piece together names and stuff. Oh, why have you stopped attacking? Wow. Kicked my ass. May as well start the level again, to be honest. That's a ridiculous amount of health. Oh my god, the combat at this point is just fucking annoying. Can't be arsed with it. Caution. Ooh! I mean, it says caution, but over there, not over here. The hell? I was just thinking like, oh, I wonder if that's like a med pack, you know, like Half-Life. Am I gonna get like a free refill? Nothing medical about that. This one too. Okay. Either I'm doing something wrong or that's just for shits and giggles. Probably for shits and giggles. I'm gonna die on purpose, I think, at this point. Are you John or Carl or whoever you are? What is that face? Let me get a look at you. Ooh. Some fancy legs.
Too dangerous to talk.
Oh, it's
Find
Joe.
the marked mail drop. It's the one with the star on it. Go now, before we're caught.
Okay. Find the one with the star on it, is what he said, if you didn't hear that at home. Find the one with the star on it. And I read the subtitles, but there we go. To be fair though, well, not to be fair, we don't need to be fair, we can be unfair, but in defense of, it does have English subtitles in the English version, if I recall, so you could read it while you're listening to, but that is no excuse for shoddy voice work. Oh, I forgot we have to do stupid doors. These look weird. It's surely not one of these. No. Did I get a little tip last time though? Long time no see. Is it really that long? For a moment I was thinking, oh, who's that? Long time no see. It's just you. You were here last weekend, right? It is a long time though. For me. I'm not going to get invested in this level. I'm going to start it again because we lost a ridiculous amount of health at the start. It's actually a short. I've been playing Sonic Adventure though, and they say it all the time. Do they? I have not played in a long time. And I feel like I played Sonic Adventure 2 more than 1. Mostly because I got the, not because I like it more, but just because I got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube, so I played it through again to unlock like everything later in life. Well, not later in life, when it was new. Played a lot of the 2-player mode. Saying that, I don't really remember all the story, I guess. I just remember the levels more because they're in... It's probably 2-player mode is the reason, to be honest, not so much the actual story itself. I just remember the layouts. Last week was number 2.
Been expecting you. The Gala has infiltrated our network. It's not safe here.
Which do you prefer? Controversial sometimes. Ooh! Oh, don't do that. Arsehole. Does it even matter which one's better? 2, honestly. I don't. I prefer 1. Right, we won't be touching the wrong boxes this time. I do need to replay them both, and I'd like to replay them on the Dreamcast. I actually don't own 2 though at the moment. Which reminds me, I should get that. I should get Sonic Adventure 2. It was payday today, and I've got itchy fingers, but I don't want to go crazy, but yeah. I want to get a couple of things that I've just sort of had on a list for a long time. I should get Sonic Adventure 2. It's more expensive than 1. You'd lean towards 2 or you'll fall over. I would stand confidently with my arm on Sonic Adventure 1. I just think the highs in Sonic 2 are really good, but the overall experience is Sonic Adventure 1 for me. I think Sonic 2 has... I think the highs in Sonic Adventure 2 are better than the highs in Sonic Adventure 1, but there's a lot of meh in Sonic 2 that I'm not so keen on. Chaos control of my balance. Sit in the hub of one is trying. See, I like that. That's it for me.
Too dangerous to talk. Find the marked mail drop.
I really...
It's the one with the star on it.
Yeah. I really like the city and the hub, and I found that a big disappointment that they removed it in Sonic Adventure 2. And I also think 2 has far more emphasis on non-Sonic mechanics. There's far too much titting about in robots and hunting for Chaos Emeralds, and I don't like it. Like, you've got Gamma in Sonic Adventure 1, but in Sonic Adventure 2, it's like a third of the entire game is just that. It's like Dr. Robotnik and Tails. I'm also, to be honest, the main reason for me, I'm really, I'm still pissy that they made you play Tails as a robot suit thing. It really annoyed me, because Tails is my favourite character. And I love being Tails in Sonic Adventure 1, and I was really sad that they degraded him to just be in a robot suit. Oh, Sonic! It was crap. And I didn't like those levels. I don't like the shooting levels. I don't like them at all. I think they're boring. If you took away Sonic from those levels and it was just a game with no Sonic IP and that was just the game, it's crap. I can tolerate it a lot better in Sonic Adventure because Gamma's a much shorter story and it just feels more like an addition rather than a core part of the game. Big the Cat doesn't really bother me either. But that's my tepid talk about Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, I don't think it's a bad game. I like the game. I just think it's not as good as 1. For those reasons. There's something in this room, but I can't deal with this. What is it and where is it? Oh, there it is. It's a chicken. I can't think while all this is going on. We've got to find the star mark. Have I been everywhere? These doors don't open. Full of lies. I'm not sure where to go. Oh, there's a green at the bottom. No, not done. Oh, here we are. But and the other reason is, I was recently thinking about it. I think the whole vibe and mood of Sonic Adventure 1 feels much more to my childhood Sonic nostalgia. I think the music in particular feels far more Sonic. There's a lot less of the lyric songs. I don't dislike them, but some of the instrumental music in Sonic Adventure 1 is really Sonic-y to me. Like, in particular, I love the track when you come out of Speed Highway into that little hub area where Knuckles has an emerald level there. That music is so beautiful. It sounds really Sonic-y to me. And just, I think the storyline itself feels very Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2 feels... it just feels more modern Sonic. Sonic Adventure still feels old school Sonic to me. The whole, like, Robotnik's base and the Mystic Ruins and the Chaos Emeralds, and it just, yeah, I like it a lot. It reminded me a lot of the UK comics. I think that was also something. I don't know about how it would be if you're American, but Sonic Adventure felt a lot like the comic series that I grew up reading, just in game form. Whereas I guess Sonic Adventure 2, just from glimpses of the Archie comics series, maybe it seems more that way. Chicken all over the floor. I'll play Sonic now. Really want to play Sonic Adventure. Could play on the PlayStation 3. Yuck. Oh! I just love the sequence. Like, spoilers if you need to be bothered about Sonic Adventure 1, but I love the whole bit the last time I played it where you find like Robotnik's base at the back of the Mystic Ruins. That was just so like, oh, this is so Sonic to me. Whereas like Sonic 2's like, what, in space? Okay. Triangle. There we go. That's it. Key to Tom's room. Blows up part of the moon. Is that in 2? Or 1? Can't remember. I remember the first time the story was much harder to follow in 2. Live and learn. I've not played them in Japanese. I might do when I do play them, but I really like Sonic in English. I always have. So I was a bit annoyed when I played Rise of Lyric on the Wii U. I was stuck with the Japanese voice acting. There's no. Usually Sonic lets you choose, but not Rise of Lyric. And it was just really, oh god, the voice acting was really annoying. It wasn't bad, but it's not as witty and funny and snappy as like Sonic Boom writing. And I feel like the game was so terrible, that was all it had going for it. Wait, is this Tom's room? And a medal, what do I want that for? I feel like I used that. Two with the yeah, that whole... I don't dislike Shadow, but that whole like plot line, like with the grandfather and the daughter and shit, it was just very like, oh god. Why you gotta be so deep? It's just Sonic. I preferred 1. I like the whole, and I like the backstory. It really did feel a lot like the comics. You know, the whole backstory of like Knuckles being the last of his kind and the whatever. I mean, I guess that's sort of come from Sonic 3 though, but it felt really nice seeing Knuckles' old race and... Oh god, I nearly quit the game. Can all these people just stop shooting? It's so irritating, because they're too hard to kill. I will die trying. Maybe that's it. See a little cheeky chicken leg behind this cupboard. Don't look at me. Ooh. Maybe this is it. So if I recall, I quite liked... Was it Sonic Underworld? Not Underworld. Unleashed. The story in that. I didn't like the Werehog stuff though. Japanese is pretty different, so I like it a lot. I'm not so keen. I prefer Sonic to be English. It's my nostalgia. And I like the sort of 90s, like, whoa! Tisk, 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 I'm a gallant hedgehog. Touch me and you'll get burned. I don't dislike it though, but I find it's just as good in English. I think they do a really good job. I don't like Tails in Japanese. I think that's a big part of it too. But then again, I don't really like him in English. I think I find often Sonic sounds a bit too young in Japanese for me. I'm trying to find Japanese too, hate it. I've still not played Frontiers. I also, Robotnik is better in English. Oh my god! So trashy. Stop. God. What a load of twaddle. Right, and falls off hard. See, that's why I didn't like Rise of Lyric though. It was just dull in Japanese a lot of the time. I feel like it had. I had a little listen to bits on YouTube. It's just funnier in English. It was like the TV show a bit more. In Japanese, it just felt a bit kiddish. Which just left me with a very boring game. So I probably didn't even need to go in that room. Get out of my way. Left. Wait, maybe north is his room? Yes, there we go. Oh, Tom's got a lovely room. Has he got any chicken legs lying around though? 'Cause I am hungry. Maybe not. Punching the script. They know their audience. Key to the south sector. Mario's really good at that too though, to be honest. Like, I'm sort of stuck, so I'm just gonna have to get over it, but I think Mario RPGs are better written in English when I've compared, like, just brief bits. I just think, I haven't compared it strongly, but I think I've played Beans Star Saga, whatever it's called, the first one. The writing is just class, it's so funny.
Look out! Guards everywhere! Look for the semicircle. Instructions are there.
Oh god. He's took his mask off now. Sure. Right, yeah, it's really good. Mario RPG probably less so, I don't know. The old one, because it's older, but I don't know. But the modern RPG series, the Mario and Luigi series, they're really funny. What I've played, and it kind of annoys me. The DS ones I actually do. The Dream Team, whatever it is, and the Beanstar Saga I do have in English. But once it went to 3DS, I haven't really got much choice. It's not region free. I mean, I can play it on my UK 3DS, which I don't even really use anymore. I had one of them, but UK games are so much more expensive than Japanese ones, so I think I'll just take the hit. This paper was really well written also. Which one's that? Is that the Origami King? Is there another one? Heavy interference. Origami King. Yeah, I'm surprised because I started playing Sticker Star Saga, whatever it was, on the plane the other year. I obviously didn't stick with it. I only played it for about an hour, but I was surprised to hear that it got such terrible reviews. I can't say it was. It looked pretty. Very underwhelming. Yeah, it seems like why do they change the formula? The lines of dialogue. Oh, that's weird. See, I think you'll never improve upon what's his name in Beanstar Saga with I Have Fury. That's just so great. I love that little guy. Fausty? Can't remember his name now. Play that now, actually. Farfall, that's it. Yeah, I have Fury. It's so good. I need to play the remake. I've only played the original. I haven't played most of those games. I've played Beanstar Saga, whatever, to the end. It's really good. That's such a brilliant game on the Game Boy Advance. That is. I've played a lot of Dream Team. I don't really know why I didn't finish it. I have Inside Story, but I haven't finished. I haven't ever played it. And I've got Dream Team. No, not Dream Team. What's the first one on the 3DS? 3DS is regional. Yeah, shit. some reason Nintendo decided to go backwards. Wii's region locked, Wii U's region locked, DS is not region locked, 3DS is region locked. Damn. I don't really want to though. It is being focused though. Superstar Saga. Why, what do I keep saying? I know it's about beans. Bean Star. Super Beans. Bean Star. Are you gonna be that actually person? Actually, it's Superstar Saga, not Super Bean Saga. I was watching I was watching Chrono Commander. I was watching Cobra Commander, actually. It's Cobra Commander, not Chrono Commander. I was watching her playing Final Fantasy VII. Just to keep, like, the whole, like, it's pronounced... Oh, I can't even remember now. What is it? Cat, she? Who gives a shit? I don't. Kate Sif, forever. I renamed Kate Sif, Moggy when I played Final Fantasy VII the first time. Couldn't be asked for that name. Didn't know how to read it, so I just changed it. And what's the other one? I changed Red 13 to just Red because I didn't like the Roman numerals. I changed Yuffie to Shuriken because I'm so cool. And I was a little wee lad. I changed Barrett to Freeze. I don't know why. I think I just thought the name Barrett was boring. So obviously, the Freeze is so much cooler. God knows where that came from. Probably been watching Batman and Robin, to be honest. Do people know that say her name as Yuffie? Yuffie. Yeah, it is Yuffie. I call her Yuffie though, because I'm English, you know. Yuff instead of you. It is Yuffie, I think. What about? I nearly walked into it. I'm not saying it. What about Tidus? Call him Tidus. Tidus. People that say Tidus can just unfollow and leave right now. Kingdom Hearts say Tidus too. Doesn't mean they're right. They cast David Brenner as a Squall. I say Tidus though. It's Tidus. Don't be stupid. Yeah. It's like the water. No English person would ever say Tidus naturally, looking at that spelling. Same as Titan. Yeah, in Japanese they call it like Titan, but why would I say Attack on Titan? Tit off. Zidane, yeah, I'm not doing Jidan. I don't know why people get so hung up though, it really gets on my nerves why people get so hung up on like the Japanese pronunciation of characters' names to be the authority. Because like, they call fucking Squall like Squall. Nobody calls him Squall. That's just that's their palate, that's just how they can say something. Like, Squall is a bloody word. Just call it whatever your English brain reads it as. I mean, at fair game, if the creator's going to sit down and say, well, actually, I want his name to be this, then whatever, but I think, don't know. This is why, do you remember when RPGs were quiet and you didn't have voice acting? It was like reading a book. When you read a book, you didn't have like people over your shoulder going like, actually, it's not read like that. Hydro City. It's Hydro City, it's not Hydrocity. Hydro City. It's a city of water. Coming up in Sonic. I say Zidane. In one of the city games, they called him Zidane. Jidan. I think they call him Jidan in Japanese. I mean, also they call Terra Tina. How cool is that? Tina.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
Friend or foe? His voice sounds familiar.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
Not even. I'm actually curious now. It can't be. Is there a voice list for this? Excalibur. Don't you think it sounds like the grand? Like maybe you'll know this one, Fishy ass. It can't be him though. It sounds like the It sounds like Jim from the Vicar of Dibley. Might just be an accent.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
Yes. No. Can we have a voice list for this game? I mean, it's British, and maybe he was bored, you know? No. Yes. There's no list for voice acting. Maybe it'll say at the end of the game? Oh, there's an IMDb though. I would die if it was him. Oh, there's nobody listed. That's sad. It's probably a nobody then. Just sounded a little bit like him to me. You should look it up, Chronodic. Don't even know what I'm calling you tonight.
Friend or foe?
You should look it up.
Which are you?
Is it Jim in the Vicar of Dibley? Let me check. Yeah, Jim Trott in the Vicar of Dibley. You should look it up on YouTube. There'll be a clip, and then you'll hear what we're talking about. He talks like his tongue sticking out of his mouth. Oh, am I supposed to prove something? Maybe the medallion would prove... Oh, I didn't... Wait. Huh? Did I actually do the puzzle? With the half circle? I think it was too busy yapping.
Which are you?
Don't recall. Oh.
Look out! Morgana lives nearby. You'll have to defeat her if you want to find Excalibur.
Morgana, what's she doing here?
Oh, I can't do anything else for you now. Be on your way.
I doubt it's here. Haven't seen it for... Oh, you're familiar with it? Oh, is it... Wow. Is it because Johnny Depp was in it? Yeah, it's funny what gets exported and what doesn't. He was? Oh, yeah. He was in one episode. Johnny Depp's a bit of an Anglophile. There was a time when he was popping up in quite a few stuff. He was in the Fast Show as well. That's the one, this half circle. Found a memo. Yeah, he was like in a caravan filming something, I think, or whatever, and she knocked on the door and was like, oh my god. He was in a couple of British shows as a cameo. He was in a special episode of the Fast Show. He was in the Vicar of Dibley. I think anything, maybe that was it. This was before he did like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff though, so I mean like it was still like, oh my god, it's an American, but he wasn't the superstar that he is now. I still think he would have done it now though, because he's kind of weird like that, isn't he? He does like band stuff and appears on stage with like Marilyn Manson and whoever. Oh, I've done the puzzle in reverse. The memo says that the garbage picker person isn't an enemy. If you show him a medal, he'll let you through. But I just did it because I had a medal in my inventory, so I probably didn't need to do that. Oh well. That puzzle's solvable without actually having to know. Yeah, I don't... You can pronounce things whatever you want. I mean, I know that big example for me is Aerith. I'll never call her Aerith. I don't care. It's just too long gone now. You can tell me that the developers meant it, but well, they fucked up. It's Aerith forever for me, I'm afraid. because I got very, very attached to that story and spelling and character. I played the game in 1998, I think, and she was Aeris for at least 3 years before Kingdom Hearts tried to change it. 3 or 4 years-ish, whenever I got Kingdom Hearts 1. And it was powerful back then, you know, with games with no voice acting, because you used to read your games. I think it's very hard to change the pronunciation when you've read it so much. Because you just get attached to it. I also never thought it made a huge difference to spell it with a TH or an S. The whole like reach about it's supposed to sound like Earth. It still doesn't. Aerith, it doesn't sound. I don't think it sounds very good in English. Aerith. Aerith. It's a bit of a weird mouthful. Aeris. Sounds nicer, I think. I'd probably say the exact same if it had been the other way around, though. Used to Aeris now. I'm not. And the remake is Aeris. Yeah, but I don't like saying Aerith. It's just, it chops the sentence in an awkward way. The remake games is Aerith now as well. Aerith now. It's just not nice. Aerith. Lilith now. I guess. I think it's just because it's so short. Ruth now. I suppose. Poor Ruth. Slagging her off. Beth. Yeah, my argument's falling apart. What am I supposed to do now then? Never eat shredded wheat. That's the west key. Where's west? There's west. Let's go back up. I'm just stubborn. I don't like change. Tidus. It's funny that they didn't. What they shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have let you name. Is it because you can name him in Final Fantasy X? Is that why they avoid saying his name for the entire game? That's such a silly choice. I've never been one for naming characters. I mean, I just said that I did as a kid, but once I got, I don't know, PlayStation 2 era, probably even from Final Fantasy 9, I remember doing it. But I think after about Final Fantasy 9. I stopped renaming characters. I've never really been a fan of it. I'll always leave whatever it was decided to be. And also when I have to choose names for characters, I'll look up and see if there's any sort of canon one from like novels or comics or something. Like the hero in but last time I played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, I just call him Benjamin now. Don't know what I called him back in the day. I used to cycle through like three names. Probably called him Flash or something when I was like a kid. For some reason I like that name. I think I called my hero in Secret of Evermore Flash, and I called the dog Shadow, probably. This was so inventive. I called the hero in Suikoden 1 Falcon. I still call him Falcon though, because he's just, that's too nostalgic for me, and he doesn't have a name anyway. And Tears wank, so I call him Falcon McDowell. Who's your hero in Suikoden? I went with a bird theme. I name every hero after a bird. It just, I did it for the first one, and then I stuck with it the second one, and then I just was like, okay, it's a thing now. And now the characters look like it to me. Luca Blight. Are you evil? Because he was nasty on the first level. I called Suikoden 1 was Falcon, 2 is Hawk, 4 is Sparrow, and 5 are called Raven. And 3 I haven't decided. I would probably call, I don't know what would, I think I thought about it once but I've forgotten. What am I gonna go with? I'm starting to run out of interesting names. One of the Luna games that Working Designs did. What is? Anyway, called Bob Goblin. Appreciate that. Don't appreciate Working Designs though. Look at that face.
Ach, aye, as you've done so well to make it this far, I thought I'd lend a hand. I take it you're after Excalibur. Well, you have your work cut out. Excalibur is sucking out its power and storing it for later use. All I know is that it's on this level, but you'll have Morgana to contend with amongst others. When you come to fight the skeleton, observe him closely as you fight him. It's the only way you'll get to Excalibur. Later.
Later. I love how this is the Scottish representation in this game. He's got red hair. That's it, he's Scottish. I can never think of names. I use Star Trek characters. Hey Jamesy, how are you? Spock.
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
Oh, and also his name is Mad Mick. It says Mad Mick. I can't do a Scottish accent. I wish I could. Wait, what does that mean? Observe the skeleton closely.
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
Wait.
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
Closely. I can't. I'm calling him Scotty. He's called Mad Mick. Mad Scott. This bird seagull sounds like the bird at the start of Alundra when the game opens in the first moments on the ship. Oh my god, it's a bird man! I'm supposed to be doing something with him. He's not a skeleton. How do I know if I'm actually able to kill him or not? Excuse me. Trying to eat my apples. Oh, he did the same move. Oh, how horrifying. Well, he's dead. Observe his moves closely. Is that the skeleton?
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
He's not a skeleton though. I'm confused as hell right now. What am I supposed to be doing? There's still a locked door at the south somewhere. I didn't know you're gone. Did I not observe him closely, or did I just kill him? Who did the vote? No. I can't imagine it's anybody even remotely famous, but you never know. Oh, do you know what it'll be? It'll be the stupid hidden route. Is it that? It's fucking... Oh, this game is just... Yeah. Hidden room up there. So, did I even need to kill that bird? Oh. No more healing. Oh, I've missed it. Oh, I can't do it while you're here. Or is it just that that's showing up on the map? Oh, get out of my way. Maybe there's not a secret room there. There's one down there as well. Oh, maybe that's it. No, that's just the... Oh, there's one there. That's it. Invisible walls! Something on IMDb. I looked on IMDb. Might say at the end of the game's credits. But, have to wait and see. Oh, I 98% doubt it's him. It'd be funny if it is though.
I can't do anything else for you now. Be on your way.
Well, this is what I thought it was. How you all doing? About Mother being released on the Switch and not in America. Is everybody okay? I said it all over Twitter before I went live. Like, I get it, but I also am just like, is it that much of a shock? If they'd like remade the game and chose not to release it in English, then I would understand, but what they've done is chucked it on a virtual console. It's not like they were just like, oh, we're not gonna release this in America just to stick it to you. They'd have to actually translate it. Problematic things did it today. Oh, I've heard some of it's also just the music. Something to do with the music. I haven't played the game, so I don't want spoilers on what's problematic exactly, but I need to play it at some point. But I've heard the music has, like, I don't know, licensing issues with Paul McCartney or something. I think, I don't know, the problematic stuff, I think they could do it, maybe. They just have to put a disclaimer, I don't know. I don't think they'll do it. They'd have done it by now. They're not... They know people want it. Yeah, but Fire Emblem's kind of a classic and a novelty to do, and it won't have anywhere near as much dialogue. I think they'd have done Mother. If they wanted to, they'd have done it by now. I think there's a reason that they're not doing it. It's not just because they're, like, silly. But anyway, the point is, I don't see... It's not like it's anything new. It's just been put on the Virtual Console. It's not like it's actually had a brand new release and they've shifted... Come out in English recently. Yeah, but there's a reason, supposedly, that they're not doing 3. Like, it's supposedly got problematic content and in a modern world, and also there's supposedly some sort of copyright behind it. Other games like Fire Emblem and Other One don't have that. I'm pretty sure that there is a reason that they're not doing 3. Because they know that people would want it. know what to do. But all I'm saying is, I don't really get the shock and the sort of. I mean, I kind of get the disappointment, but not really. Like it, to me, I don't see why it really exists. They haven't made anything new. All they've done is slapped it onto a virtual console. Up until a year ago, it was available on the Japanese Wii U store. I have it on my Wii U, and again, it's the exact same thing. It's just the Game Boy game running in an emulator. They haven't done anything new with it. So it's not like they chose to deliberately ignore America again. They would actually have to put in major work to release it in America. They would have to actually translate it for a start. They'd have to like edit the game, hack it, translate it, change all the language. All they're doing is chucking it on the virtual console. That's it. If they'd chosen to do like a remaster, like a remake like Live Alive's had, and then didn't release it in the West, I would get the frustration a bit more, but this is just like, they just chose to not release it. Again. It's pretty uncommon because it's not unique to Mother 3. There are other games on the Wii, on the Switch store, on the Japanese Switch store that don't have American releases and just get announced. It's just that people particularly want Mother 3. But I don't think Nintendo's done a dirty. Like, what they're supposed to do, not release it in Japan because nobody... It's like if we can't have it, nobody can. Don't really get it. You won't know. Well, I mean, the fan translation exists. I sympathise with the fact that people don't want to play a fan translation, they'll play the official version. That was such a random fluke. But yeah, I get that. Whoa! I get that sentiment. That's the skeleton. Observe him. Why am I observing him? He's gonna kill me. Oh my god. Oh. My dad. Fantastic to literally professional. A lot of fan translations are. Not all. I think sometimes fan translations get more praise than people. I mean, it's very hard to assess translation because the people that play translations are the people that need them, so those people tend not to know whether they're good or not. They're just going off the fact that it reads really nice, you know? Until you actually sit down and compare it, then you don't know. It's like I was recently talking to Barley Bat, we were looking at Final Fantasy VII, and there's a retranslation of that, and there were some scenes that were really good, and they really did improve on the original, but then there was like moments that we looked at and it was like, that's just wrong, that's not right. Disclaimer, the version that we were watching on YouTube though was an earlier version, and I think they've updated it since, so I don't know if it's still intact, but there was a couple of lines of dialogue that was, it wasn't important dialogue though, but it was like with this NPC in it's an NPC who's watching the TV in Sector 7, is it, where Aeris lives, and he's saying that, you know, Shinra and Avalanche, they're basically all the same, and he says, I don't trust basically either of them, I only trust myself, and then what the line is, he says that those Avalanche guys, they're probably just jealous because those bigwigs up top have got it so good, or something like that, but the original translation was fine, it was just worded a bit stiffly, but the retranslation changed it to be like, I can't remember now, but it changed who was jealous of it. It was like, I'm jealous or something, but it was like, no, that's wrong. You've now made it incorrect. So, but nobody's going to pick up on that unless they literally sit down and checking everything. But then there were other moments in that retranslation that were really good. They'd fix some bad bits, like the honeybee inn was much better, and the fight in with the gym for the wig was much better. There was also one funny mistranslation that I noticed. It was when
it's not safe here. Joe may be able.
When Erison is trying to escape the church with Cloud with the barrels.
He lives in
Oh, shut up, Joe.
Sister.
Die faster. I can't remember what she says now, but she's supposed to say something like, make sure you catch me, but it was totally botched. But they went back and improved that. Anything is observe him closely. That's how I played for the fan translation. It was fun. I've seen the start of the fan translation. I haven't played it spacing it off. The person that did, apparently, he has a great reputation. I would think whoever did it would have put a lot of care into it. I think because it wasn't a rushed job. I've also compared the first. I mean, I'm not an expert anyway. I probably couldn't do a better job at all. I probably did a much worse job. When I played Mother 3, because I've only played the first 2 or 3 hours of it, I was actually watching an old streamer friend that I used to really like to watch who no longer streams, and I was watching her VODs of her playing Mother 3, which is the fan translation version, and I was just comparing it. This was years ago though, so I was kind of doing it also just to help me when I was stuck, and just from what I saw, it was really good. Really, really good. The thing is, at the end of the day though, like with the fan translation, you're just trusting one person often. It depends on the game. But like, sometimes it's really just like one person's opinion of what it is. Like, there's no authority necessarily involved always. It might not have been checked, it's just one person having a go at it. And you don't know their credentials or whatever. And translation's so subjective anyway. As long as the message is conveyed, things don't need to be word for word. As long as it's not wrong. It's like I always heard that the retranslation of Final Fantasy VI was absolutely abysmal. I've seen screens of it and it's like worse than Woosley. Sometimes people think they know better and they don't. I always try and have, when possible, try and have as much respect for the official original translators. Big difference between translating and localizing. There is, and you should, in my opinion, you should localize, not translate. And people will get really arsey about that, but I think, I don't think people know what they want when it comes to those issues. And I also think that manga and anime are not the same universe as video games. Like, the reputation that manga and anime and novels have is not the same for video games. I would say that video game translation is, I don't know, a lot better in certain, well, not a lot better, in certain parts of it. For example, you can't compare like an anime that's having a very rushed turnaround to the translation of like Final Fantasy 15. It's just not going to be the same level of resources and money put into the same thing. And so like a localization choice in Final Fantasy 15 is probably going to be very good and needed. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm getting streamer brain while I'm trying to maze and whatever. Smart research and localize. Oh, he did Mother 3. Yeah. Then it's probably very good. And that was where I saw the screens for the retranslation of Final Fantasy VI, actually, on that website. It's quite funny. depends on the video game and it depends on the decade, because there's some bad ones. I'll tell you one thing I was looking at, and I don't mean this in a shady way, but like, because I was feeling, I don't know, I always feel it's a bit rude in some ways to talk too much about other people's work like that, because it's somebody's job, and yeah, I don't know. But like, I was looking at Hyperdimension Neptunia, and I thought that my initial impressions of the translation of that, the original release, was it wasn't really very good. But it's very, I think it's very easy to sit and nitpick when you're just chilling in your living room and you're not on a deadline and you've not been at work for 6 hours and you're just trying to get this project done, you know? And you don't have 7 hours to go on a deep dive in Google to get this cultural reference as perfect as you can. It's just not how the world works. Fan translators have no deadlines. They can take as long as they like to do it. There's no rush. They're not. It's not putting bread on the table. It's just not the same thing. If you want to get hung up about how this character is actually referencing this very obscure TV show from the 1970s in Japan or whatever, and then you want to go on a deep dive and then try and like find some way to convey that and blah 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 blah, well, you know, good for you. But when you're in an office and the clock's ticking and you've got other projects to do, it's not the same. You just need to convey the essence of the message, whether it's just being smarmy or whatever. Woosley was just a phenomenon, I think. I really wish that people would just... I've talked about it before, but like, you know, yeah, his work isn't perfect, but my god, he was doing amazing work under incredible conditions. Like having to bang out the whole of Secret of Mana in like whatever stupid amount of time it was, and having to make it all fit in the text boxes. And also, this is before we had the tools that we have today. He's not got the internet to just look shit up. If he doesn't know what a word is, he's got to get the actual paper dictionary out and go through it all, you know? And maybe it's not even in the dictionary that he has, you know? And sometimes it might be, because some of the games that I've been playing recently, I'm having to look stuff up in Google because it's like it's an expression and it's not even coming up in a dictionary, and I'm having to find it and I'm having to read like explanations of what this means, and you wouldn't have been able to do that in the 90s without, you wouldn't have the internet, you know? You'd just be having to go, I don't know. It's very different. I can ask a friend. I mean, I guess he could have asked a friend. Phones existed, but yeah, it's just, it's not the same. Not gonna lie, writes pretty well. Yeah, he never ruined the essence of the games. We enjoyed those games, right? It's apparently the worst games are the ones when you felt it, I think, because I haven't played it, but people tell me that Wild Arms 2 has got a terrible translation, but people felt it at the time. I don't think people were complaining about, like, I played Secret of Mana as a kid and it hit me in the right places and I felt the feels. I enjoyed the game very much. I played it again since, and I don't know. There was a lot of extra flavour. There was some extra lore stuff that got a bit missed out, but on the whole, it's still the same game. And then the thing that is funny is that people still retranslate like Final Fantasy VI, but Square's already done it. They've gone back and they've done it on the Game Boy Advance. That's your retranslation, and it's good. At least what I've seen in a vacuum. I haven't played the entire game, so. But yeah, it's so hard to tell because I quite enjoy comparing scripts when I'm going through stuff though, because I like to see the conclusions people come to. But I always find it very funny when someone says it's a good translation. It's like, well, how do you know? Have you compared it? How do you know? Have you seen the original and seen? Because I feel that Working Designs gets that said about them quite a lot, that they did really good work or whatever, and they put some cultural jokes in, but it's other than that, it's really well written and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, it is kind of well written, but sometimes it's often just wrong. Like, if you actually compare it, it's not very good. Sometimes you stiff translations that we perceive to be worse because they're not written very well in English are actually more accurate. One example that I think of that I always think is a really, really good game is Suikoden 1. The English translation on that is, what I've compared of it is very good. It's just a bit, oh, young master, isn't it? You know, it's accurate. I used to say it about Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy VII's not bad, but I've been going through Final Fantasy VII again. Is that an invisible wall? It has been falling apart at the seams. I've been looking at it now, and just you're never missing like a key plot point, but there's just bits of it where I'm just like, oh, that's weird. Different than the SNES version. Oh, is it? I didn't know they'd retranslated that one. I really need to play Chrono Trigger for real. The other thing too is, it's so easy when you're not a native speaker to just misunderstand something. I do it constantly. I'm terrible. I'm lousy at reading and understanding. And then you look at stuff like later and you're like, oh my god, I get it now. Because I did that with, I was playing the other day. Oh, I've been playing Eve Burst Era, and I remember I played some of it in November, I think, December, before I went home for Christmas, and there was little bits of it that I thought I understood, but I was a bit confused on, and now I've restarted it because it's been 2-3 months and I sort of like kind of forgot what was going on, and I wasn't that far, so I replayed the start, and I was rereading the exact same bits, but just was like, oh, now I get it, kind of thing. It's just weird, but at the time I was scratching my head. I did that a lot when, especially with streaming. I can't think at all streaming. When I was playing Air's Adventure, there was loads of the times when I was live doing Air's Adventure, and I was just like, I don't get it. And then I'd look back on it the next day, like my VOD. I was like, what was that scene all about? And I'd look at it again. I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it more now. But imagine like that's your job and you've hit publish already. Whoops. Speaks like Shakespeare.
To talk. Find the marked mail drop. It's the one with the star on it.
I'm not a fan of forcing accents in video games with spelling. Voice acting is one thing, but with spelling I find it really obnoxious as a reader. I'm not a fan of Dragon Quest for doing that. I really don't like the fact that they make everybody Scottish, but with weird spelling. It just makes it a slog to read. And Dragon Quest 4, I think it was, like they had, was it the whole one part of it, the whole area, they all spoke like a Russian accent, and it was all spelt like with funny spellings to make it read like a Russian person speaking. I don't really like it. Just none of that is in the Japanese. They just did it to add flavour to it. I get the sentiment, but it makes it disruptive to read. I don't like it, and I kind of feel the same way with what's his face from Final Fantasy 14. You know who I mean. I can't remember his name now, but he talks. Oh god, he talks just like old English and ridiculous. Yeah, I just find him a bore. Does my head in. Just like, oh, just talk like. Like, do it occasionally. You can add the flavour in, but it doesn't need to be like 100% every single word needs to be in that sort of character. It's like pirates that talk piratey constantly. Like, I know you're a pirate. In general, it's pretty about. I just. Because I'm sort of glad that they ditched the pirate accent in the official translation of Final Fantasy V. I get why they did it in the fan translation, and you know, it's a call that people have made, but I personally think it's always better to have language read like easy to read and can't speak. I can't do this game and rant. What am I doing? Where am I going? What items have I been picking up? Medal, Tom's... No, we need to go to Tom's room. I'm getting lost. I don't know how people manage to stream complicated games and have conversations. I'm really rubbish. Doesn't help that it's 2 in the morning. Verbose. Hey Sadie, how are you? I'm doing that thing. I hope it's not boring. Probably is boring, but I do that thing sometimes because I'm doing it now to prove a point. But like, if I've been on the phone to my friend and I'll be playing a video game, and then I'll be like chatting about blah 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 blah, and then I'll like look at the screen and I'm like, I've been running around in a circle for like 20 minutes doing nothing. Like, stop playing the game and just focus on the phone call because you're really doing a bad job. But when you're trying to stream on Twitch, it's a terrible habit. So I'm like literally just walking around like tom tee tee tee. What I need to do is go to Tom's room because I've already done the level though, so I'm kind of trying to autopilot something, but I don't have it down. I think it was here. Shooting her up the arse, right? And there he is. Doing laps around the maze. That's what I did.
Look for the semicircle. Instructions are there.
The semicircle, but we actually don't need the semicircle. But we need to find the other locked door. Is this the southern sector key? Whoops. Southern sector key. I'm not going to combine it with the chicken leg though. Just waking up. I'm off work today, tomorrow, Sadie. Isn't that amazing? Get to rest. Observe the semicircle closely. I'm not. I should put that in the backseat command. Let's do that. Can I do it right now? How do I do my backseat? Do I have it even saved? I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not doing the semicircle though. Let's see if we can add to this. I'm gonna do it before I forget. What was it? Observe the skeleton closely. I'm just going to double check that that's his dialogue before I confirm it though. Is this like Tomb Raider? It wants to be. It's actually not really, but it's the same sort of year, so it's got the same vibes. It mentions it on the back of the box. It says that in a review blurb that someone gave it, said that will probably do for adventure games what Tomb Raider did for platforming. So it's very much trying to be of that era. It's not as successful though. This game was a bit of a flop. It's not as polished as Tomb Raider. It's a 3D adventure game, action game. No jumping though. Have you caught the Tomb Raider bug? I really want to play the remakes now. I was watching Quantum Player One playing them. I kind of don't want to play them, but I do. I just feel like I'm missing out. But anybody that's been here long enough, you know, like I went through the first 3 Tomb Raiders like a year ago, so I kind of I've done them very recently. I don't really need to, because they're exactly the same game, aren't they? I'm really interested in the extra levels though from the PC version. Never played any, they look tough. So the first game is not tough at all. The first game is really well balanced and fair, but it feels harder because it has limited save points. But it's all designed very well around that. Tomb Raider 2 is way harder as a game, but you can save anywhere, so it doesn't really matter as long as you don't waste all your medical packs. And then Tomb Raider 3 is just a very vicious, nasty game. It's in the middle. I think anybody can play Tomb Raider, they just don't know. They haven't unlocked their potential. Tomb Raider is very specific. I could teach you how to play Tomb Raider. I kind of want to get the Japanese Tomb Raiders and give those a whirl. Just to hear the voice acting. They make them easier though, I think, because when I played Tomb Raider 1 on the Saturn, that was the Japanese version, and it had a lot more pickups and health things just dotted around. Tomb Raider 2 and 3, I played the English versions because I played them on the PSM. But I would like to get Tomb Raider 1 through 5 on the PlayStation. Tomb Raider 3 Kayak should exactly, it's crap. And even I don't think, like, even in the remakes, the 3 is still gonna be a bit. Ugh.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
I really am leaning towards it being Jim from Vicar of Dibley now. It probably like.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
Or it's someone doing an impression of him, I think. At least.
Look out! Morgana lives nearby. You'll have to defeat her if you want to find Excalibur.
Morgana. Get out the way, though.
Oh, I can't do anything else for you now. Be on your way.
Save anywhere in the remaster should help with 3. Do they not even let you play it in the original way? That's a choice. They should let you choose. Right, West Sector. I think you can choose. To be honest though, like, one of the safest ways to play Tomb Raider 3, I think, if you really put your mind to it, is to just say, I'm going to save whenever I find a save crystal. And just use that as a fixed point instead of stressing, because you can just end up saving way too many of them. I mean, I think you can probably push at the start, but I find it stressful to force yourself to, like, hoard them. I can't remember how many did I end it. I think last time I streamed Tomb Raider 3, I probably ended with way too many again. Oh, that's not the right way. I know, I think I was running a little bit low on the med packs though the last time I did. I think you can choose, oh that's better then. I would be tempted to just play it with unlimited saving though. I have nothing to prove. I've beaten the game like a few times now. I'd like to play Tomb Raider 2 with a sort of different save system. That would make it more interesting. But the thing is, the Temple of Zion would be pretty grim though, I think, because you can just die all the time there. Oh, here he is. Let's check his dialogue.
Aye, as you've done so well to make it this far, I thought I'd lend a hand. I take it you're after Excalibur. Well, you have your work cut out. Delavar is sucking out its power and storing it for later use. All I know is that it's on this level, but you'll have Morgana to contend with amongst others. When you come to fight the skeleton, observe him closely as you fight him. It's the only way you'll get to Excalibur.
Later. I love the little later at the end.
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
Remember, observe the skeleton close. I don't even know how I should spell that. Closely. Should I put a spell on it?
Remember, observe the skeleton closely.
How would you spell that accent? Closely. Later. Observe the skeleton closely. Closely. I'll just leave it. Closely. Closely. Later. I might put later at the end. Okay, is that how you add stuff? Okay, so how do I save this? I've forgotten how to do it. There we go. It should be in the backseat command now.
Oh, come on.
Oh, shut up. But it will take a while to come up though. I'm gonna wipe my glasses as well. Should have it say later when. Should I get a soundbite of that? Okay, let me get one. Let me be quiet. Let me see. I think I can set this up.
Remember.
Oh no, it's gone. It was in his first lines. Closely. I'll have to dip back in and get that at some point, I think. That later. That would be good. So why is there a bird eagle man in the next room? That hasn't been explained. He seems very obsessed about this skeleton, but not the bird. Of Alcatraz or whatever. Let's see if the back seat is actually working. Is that like a Scottish accent? It's supposed to be. I'm not sure if he is actually Scottish though, but he's doing his best. He's British though. Everybody's British. Find its hidden vitals. What was that? Was that wasn't that Shadow of the Colossus? Right, can we just woo? So maybe I don't need to. Whoa! See, what am I supposed to be observing here? Oh, tits! Oh, no! Oh, fuck. This is garbage. No! I'm gonna do the whole fucking level again. Ah! Oh no! I've observed him too closely. Oh, bother. Well, we're off again. I won't have a rant about translation this time, and we'll actually get through the map a little bit quicker. The Vault, that's what this level's called. Oh, I skipped the intro. I've assumed it was a loading screen. Did you just make the loading screen longer? Do I actually need to talk to you? I'm just going to do it anyway.
We've been expecting you.
Speedrun of this level. Back seat was on cooldown there, I think. I don't know how it works. I don't think I have it set up. I think it's just that it needs a cooldown.
Too dangerous to talk. Find
Did the
marked
sound go
mail
off
drop.
actually?
It's the one with the star on it.
The Carrot Man from Toe Jam and O. We need the star. We don't even need to go up there, to be honest. It's just to get the information about the star. Where's the bloody chicken? But yeah, I don't know. There does seem to be a consensus that, sadly at the moment, that people seem to think that fan translations are always better than official translation, and it's not always. It's not true. The thing that really upsets me at the moment that I see a lot on Twitter is there's a lot of bile right now about localization, and people are saying there seems to be lot of hostility against professional translators, and I find it really upsetting. People like really going, well, it's a good job AI's replacing you, like, and now maybe you'll leave stuff alone. It's so gross. Bye. I think it's absolutely awful to be like relishing the fact that AI might be removing somebody's job. I think that's a really shitty thing. Shitty person to be. Just so that you can read your like slightly less censored short novel, whatever. There's so much that goes into it that people don't even realise. Like, it's not always the individual person. Sometimes they've been told to change stuff. Sometimes their editor has told them. Sometimes their publisher has told them. Sometimes the original creator has told them. And when you're doing a fan translation, nobody's worried about profit. No publisher leaning down your neck and saying, could you turn that down please? Could you remove that? We need to sell this at a teen rating to get more money. Get the concern, but that's misguided. It is, it's just gross, but there's lots of nastiness I've seen on social media lately about the fact that AI is coming in and doing it. They're like good, that'll teach you kind of thing, ha ha ha, good job AI's replacing you. I think it's awful. I presume a lot of it's actually just young people. It is concerning though, like how much, I don't know. I'm concerned about AI and just technology progressing. I try and avoid using it when I can. I don't want to encourage it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the technology as such, but you know, just the way that people are, it will just be abused. Anything to reduce cost and increase profit. And I don't really want to use all these tools like these chat GP things, whatever. I don't see how it's that useful to me as a person, and I feel like a lot of people just want to use it because it's a novelty, but it's like, you know, you're just training their software for them for free. You're just feeding it information and training it. What's in this room? Oh, the wait. Did I not pick it up? I didn't. I'm trying to pick up the wrong information most of the time. For now. It reminds me of years ago, like, do you remember when people used to was it like on MSN Messenger, and used to add that, like, do you remember you could add like that robot contact and you could just talk to it and try and get it to answer? It was very primitive and silly though, but you'd just be like, oh, like, what's your favourite colour? And it would answer, and it was like, oh my god, I'm talking to like a robot. Too complicated, but it totally just missed the farm. I saw on social media it's been like weirding out lately. Why aren't you using that thing? I don't know. I think the thing is, all this stuff should just be a tool, not a replacement.
Look out! Guards everywhere! Look for the semicircle. Instructions are there.
I feel like she got stuck on that wall. Got in trouble with relying on it. The cited cases to the court that didn't exist. That's ridiculous. Stuff like that's so naughty. Check yourself. The sound. I think the thing for me, like, I think it should, what it should be is a tool, but it's unfortunately, as most things will end up being, it will just be a replacement for people. Like, it could be a really good tool for translators to use, but instead they're just going to think like, oh, well then we don't need to pay people if it's good enough. Such is the way of the worm. Woo! Maybe double check the cases that the guy. That's ridiculous. Like, how do you get to be a lawyer and not be that fucking thick? Like, isn't that your job to like double check stuff? Like, to check that, like, I don't know, that the facts are even true. Like, that's what lawyers do, isn't it? Is that just TV making it exciting? Judge Judy have double checked it. There's plenty not too smart lawyers. Well, how do they get employed? Don't they keep losing all their cases? Because the state court, laziness takes priority over common sense. It does, it does, it does. I just think everything's getting a bit sad. It's not just AI. I just don't like this. Like, I don't know about you, but does anybody else feel like technology is just getting really fast all of a sudden? Everything's getting automated and condensed into apps and online data, and it just seems to be getting a bit out of control for me, and people are being removed from the equation at very alarming rates.
Friend or foe? Which are you?
Because what's bothering me now is just even going to the shops, going to the supermarkets or the shops,
You have
and
to defeat her if you want to find Excalibur.
I'm gonna get out of the way.
Oh, I can't do anything else for you now. Be on your way.
Yeah, like even convenience stores in Japan, they don't have as, I feel like they don't have as much staff as they used to, and the cashiers just like, they just press buttons and then you put money in the machine and you do stuff, and the cashier doesn't really do a lot. They just stand there now, and I feel like a lot of the cashiers don't even need to have as much language anymore because they don't need to interact with customers much. I don't like it. And I mean, even when I went back to the UK, like going to, it's happening here too though, it's not unique, but people are the least reliable part of the process. In what process? Also, hey, take it up. They have Amazon Go stores there where you just pick stuff that you want and walk out with it. I don't know actually. I'm not sure. But I do self-service whenever possible. You're a miserable person. Go talk to people. I do self-service if it depends. I do it. Yeah, no, I do it sometimes, but I don't like in the super. What I don't like is it's not just self-service, but I don't like the fact that I walk up to the cashier and it's just awkward now. Not in the supermarket because there is a self-service factor, but I go to the convenience store, I walk up to the counter, there's a person on the other side of the counter, but there's a machine between us, and they push a button and the machine speaks to me, and I push a button, I put my money in the machine says thank you to me, and I'm just standing there like I don't even know like who to talk to anymore. Like, who do I say thank you to? Do I say thank you to the machine? Because the machine did like most of the work. The cashier's like not even looking at me. It's just weird, I don't like it. And sometimes, like in the supermarket, I go to the person for a reason. Like, it's when you've got a lot of shopping, when you have a lot of food shopping, it's easier to go to the human because they can do it faster. They can put it through faster and then you can bag it up. Can you get out of the way? But it's like I'm having to do all the scanning and bagging myself now. I don't work here. He's stuck, isn't he? No cashiers, they just see what you picked up with a sensor. Oh no, but we have started to get some weird shops here now that have nobody in them. They're like, they just sell like weird stuff like meat, like a butcher shop or something, kind of. I've seen ones for like, do you know gyoza, like the dumpling thing, the gyozas? I've seen like frozen gyoza like little pop-up shops. Well, they're permanent, but they like just a weird, they've got freezers in and then they've got like a machine and you just pay that and there's nobody working there. It's so weird. Just how regular grocer is. I guess this just sells like frozen stuff because it doesn't need to be monitored, but I find it really bizarre. A shop with nobody working in it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. I'm doing the thing again. I'm talking and I'm lost. Where am I going? North. I was doing so well to get back to where I was. Automation is basically what I do. If there's a process that involves manual stages, and manual stages tend to be where all goes wrong. Eliminate as many steps as I can. But for every single aspect of life, do we need automation? Eventually they'll automate you. Eventually it'll be automated that automated things are automating automation. I don't know. These ones sell regular groceries. That sounds like a big vending machine store. Some ones have one person watching and checking the IDs for alcohol. Oh, that's another thing that annoyed me. Like when I went back in the UK, Japan's not as much the same, I guess. But then again, I'm foreign, so I never really get ID'd. But like back in the UK, you go to the self-cashier things in the supermarket, and it takes forever. And then you need to do an ID because you buy an alcohol, and it takes ages for somebody to come over and check. And it's like, I should just go to a fucking person in the first place. Automating myself as a job is basically what each of my contracts involve. I wouldn't say that was a good thing. Some things can't be automated though. Often the mundane. Although I need to use the key. Yeah, I just found the whole thing a little bit terrifying. I think it also just makes us colder as a society. Oh, that was quick. We're back already? I feel like I didn't go in some things. I've said this before on stream, but I remember going back to the UK once and being in like a Weatherspoons with a friend, and the counter was literally like behind me. It was like 30 centimeters behind my back, and there was a bartender there. And my friend was like, should we order some food? I was like, okay, what do you want? And then I stood up to go do it, and my friend was like, oh no, we can do it on an app now. I was like, but the bartender's right there. And they were like, yeah, but this way we don't have to talk to them. And I was just like, oh my god. It's ridiculous. And I would argue that by the time, it would have been much quicker for me to just turn around and say, hi, can I order some food please? Instead of having to get out the phone, go on the website, click on the stuff and all that crap and confirm and blah 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 blah. It's just stupid. Right, let's not die to the skeleton, eh? I don't get how we're supposed to be observing him. Why would I observe him? Just gonna kill him.
Ah! Out!
Oh. Oh, he's gone yellow. Is that the observing? I'm observing him closely.
Out! Ah! Ah!
He's gone yellow. Is that supposed to mean something?
Out!
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, this is such ass. Bloody combat in this game. Oh, he's purple now.
Out! Ah!
Oh, he's so fast.
Out! Ah!
What are we doing?
Out!
Oh, you absolute toss. Whew, I'm a lot with baby now, so I like talking with people when I go out. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, I live alone, and other than work, that would, you know, I don't get conversations.
Out! Ah!
That's the thing, like, not everybody has like a big family and is constantly around people, you know. Some people rely on those interactions.
Ah!
My job's quite a social job, so I'm okay. And then obviously I have my Twitch. This is such trash. Oh my god, I'm literally with this. Like, what? I'm not dying again. What am I supposed to be doing with this stupid skeleton? You never know with this game if you're even doing the right thing, because the amount of enemies that just don't die, but the game doesn't give you any sort of indication. And I'd kill him, but that guy saying like, observe him carefully, makes me think. Pay close attention to the skeleton's device. Run past him into the next room. No, apparently it does kill it. I mean, yeah, I'm observing the colour changes, but I'm also wondering, like, is he supposed to die, or am I missing the point? Apparently the colours are important, we need to remember the colours, but I just wanted to know if I can even kill him. Bloody hard. fucking die, please. Oh my god. So much health. That is stupid. White, yellow, red, green, blue. It was white, yellow, purple, green, blue. As I checked. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Was that always there? Skull key. I have no health. Such a stupid fight. Can you shoot upwards? No. Why would I use the skull key? I'm scared to get killed by this guy. Okay. Really need some health. Okay, well. There's the puzzle. What did I just say? White? Where's white? I don't even see white. There's no white. Maybe it's not then. Yellow? Yellow. Purple. Green. Blue. Door has unlocked. Whoops. I really need some food though. No more fighting, please. Oh god. This is a dead end room as well. Oh my god, bitch. Is that the end? Oh no, you're joking. Have I got to actually kill her? Oh! Is that Morgana? Oh, it is, isn't it? Was that a sticky wall? She's gonna kill me. Yeah. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Why is this so hard? Oh. Killing that skeleton just took all my food. The vault. We're getting closer to the end though now, aren't we? What level is this? Level 11? Oh, we've got 3 levels left. I didn't realise that we were that close to the end. We did Subterranea last time. What was that level? Who's that? Runic? Is that Runix? I'm not on the screen right now. Oh, we did Subterranean, yeah, so there's only 3 levels left. Oh, it's Sadie, just screaming.
We've been expecting you.
All these assholes.
Too dangerous to talk. Find the marked mail drop. It's the one with the stuff.
Actually shouldn't take that long to get back to where I was. Well, I know what I'm doing. Oh, stuck on that wall doesn't help. I'll check him. So last weekend I ended up watching the films that I said. What was it? I watched Face Off for the first time. That was interesting. I couldn't decide if I liked it or not. I still kind of can't. There was times when I thought it was absolutely awful and times when I thought it was really good fun. Like at the start, in the first 15 minutes I was like, this film is terrible, and then I just got into it. I'm gonna take his face off. You know though, I was saying to my friend when I watched it, it didn't occur to me until at one point what the title meant. I didn't realise it meant like face off, like to, you know, like a one-on-one, like a face to face off against each other. That had never clicked in my head. I'd always thought it was just like a kind of weird title that was being overly literal, like face off. Didn't get that it was a double thing. Weird revelation. Reminds me of like when I was a certain age when I finally realised what a pancake was. It's a cake that you make in a pan. I was like, ah, pancake. There's no point even coming to this room, is there? There's like nothing in it. You don't think about... Do we need to come to any of these rooms? I don't see anything in them. Yeah, what else did I watch? Oh, we watched Stand By Me, which I'd somehow never seen all of before. I feel like I'd seen quite a lot of it, but I've never seen it all. It's quite good. I don't think it didn't blow me away forever, like kind of thing. Not a bad film by no means, but I thought it sort of ended a little quick for my liking. And without too much of a spoiler, but sort of like the ending emotion kind of thing, whatever. It didn't feel very earned. Just felt a bit throwaway at the end. Like, oh, and by the way, for fuck's sake, it's the wrong key in the wrong door. And then we watched Are You Alone? Are You Alone in the House? Or Are You in the House Alone? Which was interesting because it was a made-for-TV movie. And it had the actress that played Will's mom in it from Will and Grace.
Guards everywhere.
And John Travolta's sister, bizarrely. Continuing the John Travolta theme. And a very young Dennis Quaid, I think his name was. On Travolta Travels, I was just on Travoltathon, yeah, I couldn't get off. It's funny how, I kind of forget how like famous some of these people were in the 90s as well. How many movies he did. He's a pretty good actor, I think John Travolta is. He's sort of an odd one, I think, that he's remembered for a few roles, isn't he? But he's done quite a lot, and he's good in other stuff too. He never occurs to me like he's never like one of my like favorite people, but yeah, Stab by Me is a great cast. Oh yeah, some of the acting was that is one thing that's true that did stand out about it. It was it River Phoenix? One of the kids I didn't think was so good. The fat kid, he wasn't as good as an actor as the other three. He wasn't bad, he was just very normal. Whereas River Phoenix was really chewing the scenery in that film. Especially for their ages. Kiefer Sutherland was weirding me out. I don't know why. His hair being really, really peroxide blonde. He looked like a rat. It was really bothering me. So many faces in that film though, because what was this? Wasn't it John Cusack? John Cusack was in it too. Oh, I missed the fucking medallion. This level's really pissing me off now. It's got too many like little bits to do. There it is. No, that's the information to show him the medallion. I don't have the medallion. Where is it? How have I've missed a whole step. Oh my god, is it in one of those rooms that I said had nothing in it? Why is there not a pink? Why is it not highlighted as pink? Which room has the medallion? Like, it should be on... Shouldn't it be on the map? I've never seen Saturday Night Fever either. This is Tim's room, but did he have a medallion in here? No, he told me to find the thing. Oh, I don't know where the bloody medallion is. I'm just going to recheck the guide, whatever it was. Grab them from the entrance, head left. Where is it? Oh, there's a map here. M. Okay, so, oh, I see. It's that room that I've not been in. Yeah. This level's horrible. I was just checking to see if we have to actually kill Morgana. We do. And it's not even the end. Oh, thank you for the resub, Chronic Year. See, they grated on you. There's more after, apparently, Haven't seen Saturday Night Fever. The movie Blowout was very good. Oh, did you see that when I was talking about George What's His Face? Who were we talking about in Discord that's in Goodfellas? Have you ever seen, but my point is, have you ever seen Blow? He plays the dad in that. I love the film Blow. George. I need to watch that movie that the Mega Drive game's based off. I don't know if I can find it though. But yes, thank you for the resub. I appreciate that. That's not where I'm going. Oh god. It's been a long day. My arm is aching.
Look out! Morgana lives nearby. You'll have to defeat her if you want to find Excalibur.
Ray Liotta. What am I saying? Oh, his name is George in Blow. That's why. Story didn't really appeal to me in Blow. It's just a biopic, isn't it? I quite liked it. It's a bit of a sad story. I mean, it probably glamorises, to be honest. But yeah, because you feel sympathetic with him. Black Betty, Bam And he's pretty good in it, Ray Liotta. Playing Johnny Depp's dad. Wait, why didn't that work? Huh? What the hell is that key then? Have we not been in there before? Oh, it's not even a door. When is a door not a door? When it's in Excalibur. Oh, look at the No Escape game. It isn't great. Did you watch it all? Oh, the game, sorry. Yeah. I can't believe that there's a game of that. It's so weird. Like, why that movie? I get why True Lies has a game. Like, True Lies is a blockbuster. Maybe they were I guess they were banking on it being a hit, and maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't really around at the time. Later.
Aye, as you've done so well to make it this far, I thought I'd lend a hand. I take it you're after Excalibur. Well, you have your work cut out. Excalibur is sucking out its power and storing it for later use. All I know is that it's on this level, but you'll have Morgana to contend with amongst others. When you come to fight the skeleton, observe him closely as you fight him. It's the only way you'll get to Excalibur.
Later. I like it a lot. Oh, aye, there's a moose loose about this house. Oh, bug off. Wish I could just take the key. Why do I have to actually fight him?
Ah! Oh!
It's just the fact that they block everything is so trash. Get some fucking space. Ah! support him now. Well, I've only won once. Fucking camera.
Out! Ah! Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Out! Oh! Oh!
Oh my god, when he starts hitting you though. Oh, you fucking bastard.
Oh! Out! Ah! Ah!
Absolute trash. Kiva, someone see the Lost Boys? No, I've not seen that either actually. We were talking about that when I watched Stand By Me. Then I haven't seen that somehow. This isn't River Phoenix in that as well. Haven't really seen a lot of Kiefer Sutherland. Like, what else has he done? I know he's obviously done 24, but I don't remember. I don't know what else I've seen him in. I've seen his dad in a few things. He was in that remake of Into the Mirror, wasn't he? It's a good crossover. It has both Corys in, I think. Isn't it just like a reunion of Stand By Me then? Get near you, bitch. Oh, she's got quite the face on her. Oh, fuck off, lady. Oh my god. Oh, this game is fucking me off now. Stop! She's hitting too fast. is, my recovery time from that power attack is so slow. She'll get her little cheap hits in. Oh. Jesus. What a trollop. Ain't at the end of the level though. I need health. Give me some health, game. Whew, please. Oh, not you. Later. Yes, give me more food. So nervous. Observing closely. I love observing.
Okay, I think there's a secret door somewhere near here, but it'll take some finding.
It'll take some finding, says he. Are you friend or foe? What is your face?
I've been closely watching your progress. Very
He's a
impressive. If you find
mage.
my amulet, I'll be able to help you. But until then, my powers lie dormant. Not a word of this to Delvar, please. He would surely kill me if he found out.
Severe sunburn. He's supposedly a oh! Oh, is it a moustache? Is he supposed to look like Warlock or something? Maybe not. Maybe he's a modern Merlin. Thoroughly modern Merlin. So where's the secret door? Och, eye. Can't even see. I have quite a soft spot for that Julian Sands Warlock film. There's a game of that actually as well, isn't there? Although I don't think it doesn't seem like it's particularly based on the movies. It's like sort of just its own thing. Oh no. Why are you here? What do you want? Oh, maybe I don't need to fight. Oh my goodness. What? Who would choose to fight these things? Do I have to fight this one? The dead end says yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, please just fucking die. And we got his amulet. Okay. Was that a door? I gotta run through all this nonsense again. Whoa. 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 Ooh. Okay. Please. I'm begging ya. I don't want to do this level. You got any more dialogue?
There's a secret door nearby.
There's a secret door. Live.
Okay. Here's the key to where the sword is kept. You retrieve the sword, and I'll try to weaken Delavar. But you're the one that must defeat him.
There can be only one.
Believe in the sword, and you will win. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Do you know the thing, right? Just, I'm going to have to take a break in a second anyway. Well, let's finish the level, but hopefully. Finish the level. Yeep. Item. What's a good item? Oh, cross key. You know people that say that like older games are like really difficult, like Mega Drive, etc. There's PlayStation games that have this level of like erg about them. Like, do you remember not finishing PlayStation games because they'd get hard towards the end? Like Death Trap Dungeon, I never beat it. It was hard, and sometimes it's not even just like good hard. It's kind of like just jank, bad hard. Ooh, I feel like this game is in danger of getting to be frustrating. It could go that way. Rayman. Yeah, I've not played all of Rayman. Tomb Raider 3 is mean. Please be at the end of the level. Ooh. It's Excalibur! It's the name of the game. We got the holy sword, Excalibur. And that's the end of the level. Right? Right? It's the end. Level complete. Ooh. I'm ready to get my password. It's the thing, it's the title. It's the lost sword. It's now found. I wonder why they changed it from Lost Sword. Excalibur would have been a cool enough name. Is it set at 2555? It is indeed. Delavar's lair. We're in the future. But she's from Merlin times. They went back in time and stole the Holy Sword Excalibur to use in the future. And Merlin sent us into the future to get it back. Right, I need to top up my coffee. I don't even know if I can finish this tonight though. It's like nearly 3 in the morning. I'm almost wondering whether to quit while I'm not ahead. Just don't know how long the next level will be. Although, oh, it seems like actually the last level's just a boss fight. Let's push. We'll push. Maybe we can finish this tonight. But I am going to take a little break. I need to get some more coffee. I shall be back. Right. I wonder if we can finish this tonight. Oops. Hopefully this level might be a little bit more attractive. Ooh. Up until the recent janky sort of combat that's been compulsory, I have been enjoying the game though. Ooh. We have Excalibur. How do I do the thing again? Oh, there we go. I wonder if we can do more damage now? That would be nice. Is this his, like, museum? Seems like there's stuff in there. Ooh. Is that it? Oh, I forgot about the magic. There was no magic in the last level. Is Excalibur the default weapon now? I mean, it's the only weapon, I guess. I don't think there is any way to change. But yeah, it's definitely changed. Oh, here's a skeleton. Oh. Ow. Oh god. It doesn't seem to be doing like much more damage than usual though. Just gonna do my usual run. Excalibur do more damage? Seems not. Nah. Not really. That skeleton didn't seem to go particularly any faster than ones on other levels. The crystal ball is still. I guess we need that. A bit cold. I'm actually just going to be right back a second, but I'm not going to change the screen.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. No, I think that skeleton was special. Because it had all the colours and stuff. It had like 4 or 5 health bars, it seemed. Whoa. Just to combine it with something. What? cotton. What is this called? Asbestos. Really? Apparently it's asbestos. Now what the hell the word? Oh, that's just some... That's the wrong kanji. It's not even the right kanji, apparently. It's close, but it's not quite right. I was like, why isn't this coming up in my dictionary at all? It does come up eventually though. Maybe it's like an older use, but it doesn't seem to be the common way to spell it. Maybe they're doing it for like, I don't know, futuristic purposes. It's a choice. Well. Oh, we have an asbestos mat. What is asbestos? What is asbestos? Naturally occurring fiber silicate mineral. What do we use asbestos for? Roof shingles, ceiling, floor tiles, paper products. Okay. It's bad. I thought it was like... Isn't it like poisoning or something? Heat resistance. Asbestos. Maybe that'll be useful then. But prevent only you can use asbestos. Oh, it's gone really cold all of a sudden. Oof. Oh, I bet my heat is doing the thing. Isn't it funny, like, the colder it gets, the less functional your heaters are sometimes? Like, my air conditioning unit, like, groans and stuff when it's too cold outside, and then it just stops working. Cause I think because it has to let out all the steam or whatever, or the toxic, yeah. It has to let out all the condensation, I don't know, but then it'll just, like, cut out for, like, 3 or 4 minutes, and you just, like, and then it makes this like kind of gas. It probably will pick up on the microphone if it starts doing that. If you start hearing this like, that's my air conditioning. Or just me. Flame rune. We're supposed to use it. I'm probably supposed to combine all of this then to make something. Well, I'm going to crank up that heat. 20. Let's put it 24. I'm cold. What is the temperature now? It was funny because I don't know about where you all are. Did you all have like a really warm day out the blue a couple of days ago? It's 5 degrees now. Hang on, I'm going to pull that door too. I left a bit of a crack in the sliding door between the two halves of my room, and I think it was letting a draft in as well. But yeah, we had a really warm... What was it? Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. It hit like 20 degrees, or maybe more. It was very warm in the day, but now it's like 5 degrees. And it's been raining. There's 2 red blobs in this room, so is there not something else? I assume we're probably going to use a spell to remove that orb. There's a door. Presumably locked. Oh, can't be arsed with the combat people. Blah. Wind rune. That it for this room? I'm tempted to just get rid of. Oh, there's 2 people in this room? Absolutely not. Oh. Wait, what was that? That was a skeleton. Shouldn't bother with him in future. Let's try through here. Whoa. More of the same. Oh, I bet... found a key. I bet there's probably invisible walls that I'm missing as well. But I ain't got time for this. This is so stupid. Fuck off. Earth. I guess the key. Oh. Will it be this one? Yes. Okay. I have no food. What's that? Oh, okay. Lightning, maybe? And the... yeah, so maybe we need to use the runes on the balls. Whoa! Is this the fire rune? Oh, there's something in the middle. Interesting. Oh! Water. Time to go. Oh, let me figure it out, please. Wow. Probably is though, actually. Yeah. This is a little bit jank for your puzzle. A weather vane? Where am I gonna use that? Maybe in the wind. I'm seeing a theme there. A brass weather vane? Again, it's not using the normal kanji. I'm looking it up and it's not using the normal one. Unless it's to do with, I don't know, memory limits. Pleasant sounds. Yeah, some of the music's been really good. So what's this room? I'd assumed that was wind. This weather vane doesn't look complete though. Gotta translate the masters Ishimashima. Well, we're safe then in the comfort of knowing that AI can't understand asbestos and typos. No. Whoa!
Ah! Ouch!
I'm guessing that there's gonna be a whole like element puzzle everywhere, like asbestos fire. Why is this room pink? I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Another key. Oh my god, I don't know which room though, and I'm gonna get killed trying to open it. East. I doubt it's. I'm assuming this will be the finale, but never know. Oh, another key. How? Like, I don't know which key is which. Oh, this is a lightning door. By the looks of it. Whoa. Wait, that's still the same symbol. Well, at some point, actually, at some point we need to use these runes. What's that? Another bloody key? Oh. Behind the bookcase. Oh, what is it with these fucking skeletons and blocking you into corners? There's a turkey leg behind him as well. What a tosser. Honestly. Combat sucks. Dreading the final boss, if there is one. There will be one. I think we need to kill the skeleton though, because it looks like there's stuff to do. What is this? Oh. Huh? Wasn't so complicated. Oh, there's another switch. A book. A secret corridor opened. Oops, and probably just closed. Oh no! That was close. Am I supposed... I'm not convinced that the time is right for this one. Can I use my asbestos? Put it over my face. No. I think I'm gonna die trying. So let's come back to you. Oh! I'm a genius. I honestly I never in a million years expected that to work, and I don't even know why I did it. I was just like, yeah, whatever. So that's cute. I really was expecting the sword to just go through that. Woof! I was thinking it would have been an item. Book of Fire? Okay, I need you to stop now. I'm gonna probably die before I finish this. Unless we're supposed to use a rune in here. She's not even doing anything though. Wow, the radical is different. Probably just a typo, to be honest. Like, games have typos, you know. Or it's deliberate intention. There was another thing that was weird in a different level. And sometimes I think it's just because they're trying to make it seem otherworldly, like futuristic. Perhaps, but I don't know. That one wouldn't surprise me if it's a typo. There was another one just a moment ago too, though. Oh, that's got the wrong kanji too. But I don't think they would do it for that reason though, because I don't think one of them is probably not even. I don't think it's even part of everyday use. So, because there's loads of stuff that all has the same readings, but where did it? I forgot where it went now. What's that? Oh, it was cotton. Oh, wait, no, it's 'cause it's cotton. Or was cotton the correct one? No, cotton's the wrong one. Yeah, I reckon it's a typo. Does it come up if I type it? I bet it was a typo. Do you know what the boss is? Yeah. Nope. I'm assuming it's going to be Delaware or whatever his name is. Doulahan. Wait, which one did I just look at? Yeah. Wait, it'll just be a mistake then, or they're doing it to sound different. Were there this many skeletons on the way in? Oh, I get it. We need to put the orbs in these. And then that will open the door. Which key for which thing? I just think I'm gonna die. Unless the game wants to give me some health, because these are just gonna shoot me in the back. It's gonna be the wrong key. Ooh. Okay, what's going on in here? Okay. Oh, is it stuck down? Oh, there's a charm of a big snake. Water flow stopped. The water stopped. Ooh. Was that there before? I feel like I would have noticed that. Oh! It's broken. Can't stop it. Sure if I have the in for a penny or no. I think we can't pick that up until I turn that final one off. Looky Lou, it's Cobra. You. Thank you for the resub, how are you doing? I'm about to die. You always show up at the end of whatever I'm bloody playing. Like, how do you know when I'm near the end? you always show up when it's like a clutch finale ending. Nice butt moon. Feeling better than I was before. Oh yeah, you burnt out, weren't you? This could be the end of Excalibur 2555 AD. I'm probably going to die though. I don't have all the... Whoa! If it wasn't so jank, I'd say that you would like this, but you won't like this. You would enjoy the puzzles. The puzzles have been really fun, but not the gameplay. The combat is miserable. I was talking about you earlier and I can't remember why. Oh, we were talking about pronunciation. I was just going on about how I don't really give a shit if it's Catchy or whoever. Katesy forever. Open that door! No! Okay. I were. Not my favourite art style, but I do like puzzles. Yeah, the graphics on this are only a mother, I think. Is that? I don't get like a lot of... I'm sure that the developers had ideas in mind, but I don't think like they've explained everything so well. I keep seeing statues and I'm like, who is this supposed to be? Can we actually look at it? No. Is it part of a puzzle, actually? I didn't even think about that. No. I have opinions, yes. Opinions matter. Welcome to my chat where... Ah! We have opinions too. Sometimes. I'm very sleepy. It's like 3:30 in the morning now. But I'm on the second to last level. There's been a big theme of rats in this game. Rat corpses have solved all of our problems and probably are going to continue to solve our problems.
A visitor. I hope you brought some food. Oh, I'm so hungry I could eat a scabby horse. But I'll settle for that rat in the corner. And if you get me the rat, you can have my treasured ball of clay. I've been rolling this clay since I was put in here about 5, no 6, ages ago.
I missed like one bit of that. Whatever. We'll get his ball of clay.
A visitor. I hope you brought some food. Oh, I'm so hungry I could eat a scabby horse. But I'll settle for that rat in the corner. And if you get me the rat, you can have my treasured ball of clay. I've been rolling this clay since
I've been rolling it.
about 5, no 6, ages ago.
Well, you've been rolling this clay. I could eat a scabby horse. Why does it have to be scabby? This is a bit of a silly puzzle though, like the rat's right there. Can he not reach it? Is he tied down? Yeah.
Thanks for the rat. This'll fill me up.
Oh yeah.
Got any soul?
No! Oh, for fuck off. Oh, he's giving me the ball anyway. I knew I liked him. I just need some coffee. Scabby horse. Is that all he's got to say then?
That rat was delicious. Have a little tough. But thanks anyway.
Bye. Popping in and out for a bit. Got a couple of things to do. Start putting my contact lenses. Well, hopefully I won't be around for too much longer. Unless I die, then I'll probably be in for another hour. Okay, we got a ball of clay. I've also got puzzles to work out. We got... oh my god, I need another throat sweep. I'm always... I think it's winter. But I've got a horse, a scabby horse throat. Clay and a weather... But I mean, can I start combining this shit? I assumed it was going to be for a magic spell, but maybe not. Oops. I wish I could... Can I not cancel one? Yeah. Oh, the clay will maybe work as a... Woo! A cork. A stopper for the water thing. There we go. Not sure when I can take these items. I'm guessing it's this pink room? Actually, no. It's not. Oh, I don't bloody know which room it was. Why isn't it highlighted? Because it should still be pink. Maybe it was the bottom one? Or do they correlate to a visual hint here? That's blue. So is it over there? Maybe it is. Lightning. Oh, this is it. Okay. Does it work? Oh, that was a good idea, and you know it was. It was absolutely the solution. Book of Fire. Phoenix Egg. The Water Rune. Asbestos Match. Thought it was working for a minute there. I was like, the asbestos solves everything. Oh, the mind boggles. Oh, I went the wrong way. To what I thought. I thought I was going east. There's another room here. Why is this pink? Is it just for a chicken? No, it's a recipe. Ah! For flame. Summoning flame. What? We need a frog. I don't have one. We need a frog. I use the clay for? I feel like surely I should have solved one of these by now. Fire book. Water rune. Close to the goal and cross past the ball. Head it into the score. Easy goals. Well, maybe I can use that ball of clay on that statue, but I don't see that, like, it just feels like a leap in logic. Like, I'm not sure why I would need to do that or come to that conclusion. But I'm running out of ideas. So, I don't get the frog. Oh, the frog, I just need to find a frog. It's been on other levels. It's a spell. You combine ingredients, so this Phoenix Egg will combine with a fire frog and make a fire spell, but I haven't seen a fire frog, so I obviously am missing an inventory. Bugger. Or did you want the frog backseat command, where you cut off its legs? Oh, here we are. See, he does look like he's holding out his hand, so maybe he needs a ball of clay? Yeah, apparently not. So I'm assuming something needs to be done in each one of these rooms. I would really like this a lot more if it didn't have all these stupid enemies. It's making the whole process tedious. What's that bottom left? Let's go back to the fireplace, because wasn't there not something else to do up there? There's fire. Oh, there's a door I've not even been in. So much time trying to dodge enemies. Will the frog be in here? There's the frog. Though I actually don't know why I need... Oh, this spell will make killing enemies easier. Oh, you never know. An enemy might have a piece of item. Oh. Takes ages to recharge though. It's a pain in the ass. Probably not worth it against the gun people either. This is way too long. God, hurry up. Oh, there's a secret door. Wall. I just got stuck. Come on, spell. I swear I just got stuck on the wall. It seemed like it. Maybe not. So many items, so many potential leads, and none of them are working. Wish this spell would recharge faster though. I'm half not invested in this level because I feel like at any moment I'm gonna die. And I'm almost like, should I just restart right now? But you never know. Oh, I forgot she's invincible when she's shooting. That's good. Okay, so now I've got... Why is there music going? Oh, I think there's an enemy behind here, isn't there? Oh my god, it's not even an enemy. So it's just got that music for this. Whatever. I've already pressed them. That's why, that's how I got in. If I can just take out the enemies and give myself some thinking space, that would help too. I've just come from there, haven't I? Oh! I wish this would recharge faster. Or, like, let me see if it's done or not. You never know as well if one of these, I might have to kill one of them and they might drop an important item. There'll be loads of enemies in here. I saw it too. Wait, I'm back here, or is this a different one? I thought this was on the other side. Oh no, it is the same one. What's also weird? Oh, hang on. Okay. That's why there's two red squares. You've got to put stuff on these that are part of the elements, maybe. That's what it is. So that's clay. There we go. Making progress. There's two parts. So I need something for a mountain. Oh, maybe just the rune. Oh shit, the bed. Oh my god. I was not ready. I was like scratching my ear. Oh, it's still bloody stuck as well. Oh no. You knew he was there for a reason. Ah! Why am I on this crappy camera? Whoa! You're joking. Please tell me that he's just got a lot of health. Don't let me fight him. Don't have health. I mean, it sounded like it hurt. I feel sad for him. He doesn't actually look like he's that bothered. Just a bit lost. Ooh. Oh! Oh no! Oh well. I'll have your orb. Okay, well, know what I'm doing now. So Book of Fire and Fire Rune, Weather Vane and Wind Rune. I just need to solve the mystery of the the water thing. Maybe I can hit it with fire. Whoa, Nelly. Why is there still a red dot on that map? I'm supposed to be putting something back. Come on, spell. There we go. I'm always worried that I'm going to miss. Water, but we don't have the solution for water, I don't think. Although weather vane, maybe it's not wind. It's not. Where is it? Oh wait. Wait, oh, is this the wind one, actually? There we go. Yeah, I think this is wind. The clouds. Oh shit! Can we stop having Boo Radley? Oh! How do I deal with this? I'm like, oh. Oh, we just gotta run her out like the other guy, maybe? She ain't got a spell ready. I keep leaning forward to have a cup of coffee. I'm thinking that it's gonna chill. Oh. Is it? Am I changing? It's changing the. Is it? It's changing the camera, isn't it? I think it's changing automatically. So I don't use that camera because it's not very useful. It's obviously. I mean, it's good that they're doing it because it's to show you that something's coming, isn't it? But there's gonna be something in every room, then I'm guessing. Have I just done this one? This is the fire room. God knows what's going to come out of here. Oh god, I've done it again. I'm such an idiot. I'm like scratching the side of my face. It's just a habit. Like, I feel like this is the part where I can get some relief. Ah! I mean... Fight fire with fire. Okay, one more orb. But how to get it? Because I'm still missing a piece of the puzzle. Unless I just need to shoot it with fire, but... Not even sure if I went the right way here. Okay, there's the water. Ah! Oh, don't. Not at the last minute. Oh, for fuck's sake. So worried about this. I missed everybody. Ah! Let me in the door. No! Ah! Oh, get out of my way, please. I'm not sure how... I don't see this working. It worked. I mean, I haven't used the spell for anything else compulsory, so... Oh my god, don't do this to me. Let me through the fucking door. Okay. But I just wasn't sure if the spell was just because the level's also hard. Let's wait for my magic spell to come back, because I'm going to have to probably use it. Oh. Okay. And now we fight a great big snake thing. Oh. Oh, I can't see now. You ain't bad. Alright, get me out of here. Where am I going? To the right. Whoa, not this crappy camera view. Ooh. Oh, bitch. Get through that door. Ridiculous. Please just be the end of the level. We don't need anything else. We don't need to fight. What's this one? It's not that bad of a level though when you know what you're doing, I guess. It's just tedious at this point. What's this? Oh, I'm at... Wait, no, I am putting on the right one. The door opened. Is this it? Is this the final level? Yay! I don't have to redo all that garbage. Okay, level complete. Trying to quietly drink a coffee being opening. Project Eden. Loading. Project Eden. The finale. Apparently, I looked at the when I flicked through the guide just quickly, just to look at this level. I could see that it was. You can see a map at the start of the guide, and I just checked, and there was like 3 rooms. So I figured, oh, it's just a boss fight then, or a whatever. So that's what made me. Otherwise, I was gonna call it for the night if it was gonna be a full-on level, because it is 4. Oh, we got an ad break coming up. I'm gonna blast that off now before I even go through this room. Let's send that going on its merry way. Give ourselves a little half-an-hour break. I'm just gonna get into the throat sweet while that's going. It's been fun though, this game. I think the combat's made the last like 5 levels a little bit obnoxious.
Oh, come on.
But I've sort of enjoyed the game as a whole. Especially the puzzles. What to play next? I did mention about doing nights, and I feel like I should stick to my word, but I also want to finish Story of Thor 2. So, we'll see.
Oh,
come on. Right, let's go on in. Oh my god. Ah! Bugger. Oh, she got stuck.
You've got this far only so I can deal with you myself.
Wait, who? Can't see ya. Is he the guy? We have no items, right? Oh. Well, that was the epic conclusion. I was wondering if he was the guy that we just helped. It kind of looked like him. But I don't think it is. Like, did we give him the wow, I don't think he needed help. I was surprised that enemy that when we get game over, that thing that jumps on us and keeps eating us. I kept expecting that to appear in the game somewhere. It hasn't. Oh,
You've got this far only so I can deal with you myself.
I thought so. Oh my god, this is going to be real jank. It's just Ganondorf crap, isn't it? Except she's nowhere near as responsive as Link. Great. Gonna get real old. Yeah, this is gonna be painful. Painful. She don't swing right. She's not got that swing. Don't mean a thing. I mean, that's her fastest swing, I think. But even the timing, it's hard to get the timing right. It's garbage.
You've got this far only so I can deal with you myself.
Oh my goodness.
You could have ruined all my plans. Now you will die a failure.
Oh, tits.
Okay, the game is over. Now you die. You are strong.
This isn't working, is it?
I'll be
What's that?
back.
What? I love how he insisted on just carrying on though. He was just like, well, maybe if I throw more fireballs, that'll get you. I see. Well, take some more of this. Oh well, I'll be back. The end? It's like the easiest bit of the game. She's going to change back into an actual normal person and not be... Yeah, she's going to cover herself up. Why did Merlin send her into the future and make her look slutty? As the time machine erupts into a medley of shimmering light, you feel your whole body dissolving into the past, leaving a bleak future behind. Japanese people aren't allowed to know what happens at the end. But with Delavar gone and the power of Excalibur in the hands of good, only time will be left to heal the wounds he made. A brave new world will emerge. Excalibur has been retrieved. Its role in history can now be fulfilled, bringing men together and creating peace. As you journey back through time, as you journey through back, whatever. As you go back through time, it starts to slow down. You begin to see your destination filter through bright white light. This does not look like the Dark Cellar from where Merlin sent you on your quest. Has the machine taken you to some other destination, or has the time machine been used to alter history as you know it? It's not your beautiful wife. It is not your beautiful house. Graphics by Jeff Wilson, Carl Riley, Russ Daff, Andrew Crawshaw. It's like just British people, the lineup, isn't it? Music by Paul Simmons. Produced by Ben. Okay. Just to prove me wrong. We're looking for voice actors, aren't we? Development liaison, Luke Vernon. Testing, Ian Gray. Richard. None of them mentioned about the combat, though, did they? And it's very hard to read. It was alright on my TV. Nobody did any voices on this. Maybe Richard Verne did. Huh. Well, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed that. It's the end of Excalibur 2555 AD. Bucket list game, if I do say so. Never let the games get away. Even if it takes years, I'll get round to them. Oh, I can't believe I've just finished Excalibur 2555 AD. What do I do with this game now? Do I keep it forever, or should I, am I going to play this again? Should I flog it? I never sell my games though, but I am, like, I'm in my late 30s soon-ish now, mid-30s, late 30s, glass full, half empty. And I just have to sit down sometimes and think, am I ever going to play Excalibur 2555 again? Am I really gonna... When I was younger I'd say, oh, I'll play it again sometime, but now I'm like, will I really ever play this again? It's just gonna sit on my shelf. Or in a box. I can see why people, as they get older, sell games, maybe, but I'm not that person. I'll keep it. I might get a hank... My problem is every time I give a game away or I sell it in the past, I then want it later, and I imagine if I got rid of this, I'd just get this stupid craving, like I could be 58 or something, and I'll just be like, oh, I really fancy Excalibur, and I'll end up buying the bloody thing again, but you know it'll be like 10 times the price of what it is now by then. No, it won't be, probably gone down, more people have discovered it, and now it's got cheaper, because it's terrible. No, it's not. I quite enjoyed it, I have to say. It's absolutely not the terrible game that I always thought it was. But we'll leave that there. Just watch your VOD. Could do. But then the VOD would make me want to play it more. I think we'll leave it there. And it is 4 AM, so I guess I should just... I don't know, quit while I'm ahead.